Okay, so in this video, we are going to work with the search box here that will search the entire UW system, or we can narrow it to what resources we have here at Murphy Library. And you can see, since it is going to search kind of all of our resources across the UW system, I tend to try to go a little bit more specific right away with this search box, unlike what I would do if I were in something like Academic Search Ultimate. So let's just see what they have out there for homeless college students. And notice how it's searching UW system. If you just wanted to search what we have here at UWL, you would go ahead and hit the down arrow and change it to this scope. But I'm going to keep it broad and see what the entire UW system has. Okay, so there are over 133 results, 33,000 results, which is a ton of things to wade through, right? So one thing when I am working in our catalog and the UW system is try to figure out what sort of content type am I trying to get, or resource type am I trying to get out of this database, right? So for the purpose of this, I could narrow it to say 23,000 articles, or let's see if I show more, maybe I want to look at books. So I'm going to go ahead and select that check mark and say, okay, give me all the books in the UW system. Notice how we went down significantly. And let's see, I'm also going to, again, change our dates. All right, now keep in mind, since I'm working in books, we're going to have a lot fewer to search from, and I'm probably not going to have a ton of books specifically on college students and homeless. It might be something where I'll get a book about homelessness and I'll find that it has something that talks about young adults or college students as a chapter in that book. But it looks like, let's see, my guess is this is actually going to talk about students who are in high school. But let's say I like it, so I click on the title, and it looks like we don't have it, but UW-Madison has it, so I want access to it. What's really nice is, since our catalogs are all linked up together, you can actually get a book from another UW system in about 2 to 3 days. And what will happen is it'll just come right to our front desk, and you are able to check it out with your ID at for the same time period that you would do it if it were in our library. Now, right now you don't see it, so under the Get It button, you would usually have a Get It button. But right now that's not super helpful because we're not actually physically in our libraries to lend books. So what I will do for the purpose of this is, maybe you're not getting a lot of results in Academic Search Ultimate on your topic because maybe it's really specific. So what I would do is go ahead and say college students, homeless college students, and I want to look at articles. So notice how I already have 5,200 articles that I could look at. And hit apply filters. And I have those results here. I can also make it peer-reviewed, similar to what we talked about in Academic Search Ultimate. And another thing, so notice how it is pulling up articles about my topic. And I would just go ahead and click on them. Notice how we have online access to them. That means it found it in one of our databases. And it might be that it is if an article could be kind of any online content. Look at this one has use Get It to request, so it must not be available here. So you click on Get It, and you'll see what sort of options there are for finding it. And notice how it says, we can get it for you. Document delivery, ILLIAD, so ILL, interlibrary loan. You click on it, and it'll pre-populate most of the information, which is really great. And I just always double check. One thing I double check, that the journal title is not duplicated down here in article title, or you'll get a really nice email from our ILL office that says, hey, we can't get you the whole journal. Is there a particular article you were looking for? And you would have to know that if it accidentally did it. So I hit no and then submit request. And what will happen is we'll work on it behind the scenes. And when it comes into our office, what will happen is you'll get an email that either has the PDF directly in it, or it will be a link that says, hey, follow this link to your account, and you'll log in. And this will be blank. And you'll go over here to electronically received articles under view. And then you'll wait. It helps if you click it multiple times, right? Well, it looks like this is going to be quite slow. So essentially what will happen is you'll just get a bar right here across the top, and it'll have a PDF icon under view, and you click on it and save it. The only thing that we say is make sure that you save it right away to your computer or however you like to save your articles, because we can only provide it to you for 30 days because of copyright. So if this is a semester-long project or something that's longer than 30 days, you're going to want to save that article for when you're actually going to be working on it or putting it in your references. So save it, and that way it won't be purged from the system after 30 days. So yeah, right under here, under view would be a PDF icon. You just click on it and then you can view. All right, so that is the basics of how to actually use our catalog and that search box on the main part of our library website.